Ah, hello friends, welcome back. So, I wasn't expecting, was not expecting to have a chance to make a second Pyro video in a row, directly. However, against all odds, they just straight released an update yesterday. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump into a pub and we'll have a bit of a chat. Well, we haven't exactly joined in at the best of all times, although I think their team's about to cope. Yeah? Okay, cool, we actually get to play the game today, so sweet. Hello everyone, welcome back. How are you all doing today? Exciting news, indeed. If you hadn't heard, there was an update yesterday. I think I'll upload this probably the same time I'm recording it. And, well, I wasn't really expecting it, to be honest. They, like, shut down the servers yesterday while I was streaming, and I said, probably not going to be an update. It'll just be like, you know, they're adding medals or something. Oh, clearly the update's broken some things. Oh, hello. Okay, so that was a strange little situation. So yeah, I heard there's been a few little issues with the update, as we can see from this civilian scout. Hello, friend. You, well, yeah, that's alright. Also, I need to switch something else. I heard that they made it so you can now change. What on earth? Okay, that's interesting. I heard that you can now change your damage numbers without having to modify your HUD, but apparently you need to do that manually. I think it's something like... I have no idea, to be honest. I just tried to have a think, and I have no idea what it could possibly be. It's like, you can just change the RGB values and have whatever colour you want. Instead of... What was that sound? Oh, the flying guillotine. Hey, look at this. You look at this weapon. Do you see this weapon in my hands? You see this thing? This thing was changed wonderfully. So if you haven't read the patch notes yet, you probably have at this point, but if you haven't read the patch notes, they basically shoved the Axtinguisher back to a similar spot where it was at before, except being slightly more, I say modern TF2-y. They've really gone into this kind of realm of overcomplicating a lot of things, and instead of this being the old Axtinguisher of, hey, you get full crits on burning targets and less damage on non-burning targets, or something along those lines, it's just... It's an interesting mechanic. It does less damage, you know, it does like 33% less damage, normally. If someone's on fire, they take mini crits, so that kind of counteracts it. I think it's like, a mini crit's 35% damage. I might be wrong, it might be 33, but I'm pretty sure a mini crit's 35%. So basically, it does about 4 less damage on melee if someone's on fire. Which sounds awful. Why would you ever use that? It's just the stock, but worse. What was also that? I'm also, forgive me, I'm exhausted. I don't know what's been going on, but I haven't been able to get any sleep lately. I think I was up until about 6:30 yesterday. Just could not sleep, so forgive me if I'm a bit crap. But I can't really help it. I wanted to record because I was excited. I kind of missed the old Axtinguisher. I used to run around with it a lot. I know it was like a big pain to play against, but anyway, back onto the mechanic. That's what I thought it was. Basically, it was just the stock melee, but it's literally just the stock melee. I don't understand why you'd need it, and I missed the line that said, "People who you extinguish, if you hit someone with it, they get extinguished. People who you extinguish take all of their afterburn damage immediately." Give us a zoom, give us a zoom, give us a zoom. That's not a zoom, you just shot me with a grenade. Oh, I was going to go have a great zooming time and run into them and show off how cool it is. But basically, if someone has been hit on fire and they take overtime 80 seconds of afterburn, hitting someone with the Axtinguisher will immediately deal all of that afterburn in one hit. As you can see, a nice little zoom you can do there. Because now there's a reason to zoom. Because now Pyro is a fun old class. They kind of fixed him as well. Like, there were other things they've done. Like, for example, I don't know if it's 100% fixed, I hear there's still some issues with it, but the flamethrower has been finally changed to something at least a little bit more reasonable, where instead of doing 200% damage constantly, it has a bit of a ramp up where if someone's covered in flames, they'll take loads and loads and loads of damage, but if they're only being tickled by damage, they only take a little bit. I.e., you know, they take a level of damage equal to the density of flames, I think was the words they used. So if you little bits like this, you know, they'll take like 7, 8 damage a tick, maybe. And if you build it up, they'll take a million zillion. Okay, I was hoping I could get that rocket. I'm still not 100% used to the new air blast from the Pyro update, where it's a bit of a cone instead of a box. So you have to forgive me if I'm a bit weird with that. So the Axtinguisher is very, very fun now. And in addition to that, though, they added a little, I call it a very sweet little note. I think a lot of people were quite, like, touched by it. But if any of you have been around 2 or 3 years ago, there used to be a young man, sadly, you know, no longer necessarily around, but a young man who made some wonderful pyro videos where he'd like jump around with the detonator in silly places and extinguish pyros with the liquor flame. It was all really cool stuff. And they added in like a little memoriam to him, which I thought was really, really nice. I really liked that. But it basically gives you a... oh man. It gives you a little big earner effect on it, where if you kill a guy who's on fire, you get a bit of speed boost. And it's not insignificant. If you've ever killed anyone with the bigger... Oh, we'll find out. Like, we'll kill the... I haven't actually used the weapon yet. I'm not used... this is my first time playing with the update. I ran around on Walkway for a bit yesterday. I mean, there's no point in extinguishing if he's over there. I played on Walkway for about 5 minutes yesterday, and I discovered that basically the Scorch Shot is what you want to use with it. So, the easiest way to build up loads of Afterburn is to use a flare gun weapon, i.e., you know, the Scorch Shot or the detonator. And that's how you get the most damage, basically. Okay, this is the thing I like. The issue with the old Axtinguisher was that a pyro could I mean, they could ground stall you, but most pyros would air blast you into a corner and do 195 to you with a single lick of flame, and there was nothing you could do. As it is now, they actually need to, like, hold the flamethrower on you for a little bit. So that guy's, you know, taking little bits of... oh, he's dead. He was taking little bits of... oh, this scout here, come to me. If I just lick him on fire, he's going to take very little afterburn. A, I'm using the degreaser. C, I only set him on fire for like half a second. That's not how the alphabet works. I apologise. Christ. Anyways, look, if I set him on fire with the Scorch Shot, he's... okay, we're friendly, apparently. If I set him on fire with the Scorch Shot, he'll take immediately... I don't know. I think it's 8... this is wrong. I think it's 80. I'm going to say 80. It's not 80 damage. I'm wrong. But just use that in your mind. They'll take 80 damage over time from Afterburn. You know, they'll take 8 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever the Christ it is, at some number of ticks. And that basically means that if I go poof, and then the axe, it'll only do like 130 damage. Whereas if I set them on fire with the Scorch Shot, and then hit them, they'll take a shitload more damage. Why am I trying to zoom there? That is not a proper zoom spot. I'm also not a big happy fan of my... numbers going all red. I would like them to be yellow again. I should find what that number is. I know it's in the advanced settings, but if I change that now, it will screw around with a lot of other things. But anyway, yeah. So, the other thing is you can kind of do the old Axtinguisher thing of before, where you would lock someone in a corner, and that guy just have like... was he like a stroke or something? You can do the old thing of kind of locking someone in a corner and doing loads of damage, simply by using the Scorch Shot. This weapon, as I've mentioned literally the last video, like 3 days ago, it locks people in a corner and then mini-crits them twice, and it's annoying as hell. And you can use that to your advantage with the Axtinguisher by locking them into the ground, basically, with the Scorch Shots, and then hitting them for like 160, and it will kill scouts and stuff. If you can learn the timing pretty quickly, I think. But if you do... what is he trying to hit me with? That's not a weapon. Oh, actually, I should use it. Look, look. Never mind. He died to a rocket launcher. So yeah, it's clearly not like... I'm not running around and getting all my kills with it. Like, I have just been using the Scorch Shot and Degreaser because it's a close-range weapon, which I like. To be honest, I doubt this is the final change we'll see to the Axtinguisher. I think once everyone's gotten used to it, it's basically just the old Axtinguisher, so people might start to complain again. However, I'm happy with it for now. I want to play around with it and have a bit of fun. But it is balanced more so than the old flamethrower from like 2 days ago, because it is close range. I'm not like feeling forced to use it all the time. Like here, engineer, come here, look. It is a, you know, it's a melee weapon. I have to be in front of him. If he's faster than me, like if it's a scout, I might as well use my my flare gun or my degreaser. If it's an engineer and he knows when running slow, sure. You know, if it's a heavy or a soldier, sure, whatever. I did just try to kill that pyro. I got him with a reflect rocket instead. I was a bit confused there. I thought that man was my friend, but I guess not. Also, you've noticed I've enabled my old HUD. And by my old HUD, I mean the one with the kill feed. Because, you know, it took like 2 seconds. I just couldn't be bothered to in the last video. I just wanted to make a video. Let's move on. Let's try and do a bit more next round. I really want to show it off. I really like the weapon. But, you know, as it's clearly shown, it's not like it's broken to hell in the sense that it's all you want to use. At least on this map. Maybe in smaller maps, like if you're playing Junction, it might be really stupid. Like, you set a whole room on fire, and then hit them one at a time for a lot of damage. Might be a bit broken. But for now, you know, it seems like you use it as a melee weapon. It seems to be in a decent spot, where it's something that isn't the power jack for pyro that's good. And I like that. I really did like the old Axtinguisher. I know it was silly. It was awful to play against. But at least now, it's a bit harder to ground stall people. You have to use, like, your Scorch Shot, or you have to... there's like some fiddling stuff you can do with the normal air blast to catch people in a corner. Well, like... well, you know, TF2 is still 2018, isn't it? It's still... wait, does that sound keep getting higher and higher? What on earth? That's wonderful. Death, you've brought me so much fun in life. You mad little man. I can't believe that the way it's actually programmed on the sound is that it just increases it by like, I don't know, like 30% in pitch until it just gets so high pitched they just don't bother rendering it. Where's he gone? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Let's hope there's no stickies on the wall as I can try and zoom out here. There's a pyro in the stupid spot. The other thing is with the score. Oh, he hasn't read the patch notes. Maybe he has. He was trying to kill me by like swiggling his screen around like that. Huh. He was trying to kill me by going, wah. You can't do that. They made it. I think I mentioned it. I just didn't actually talk about it. They made it so the flamethrower. Oh, he crit me. Okay. It made it so you actually have to aim the flamethrower. Yeah, I briefly talked about it. So, like, now, spinning your screen around like an idiot is kind of a shit strategy unless you're just trying to set people on fire, which is fine. I think that's perfectly reasonable. If you want to set people on fire, then spin your screen around, and then you can, like, hit them with the extinguisher or the flare gun or whatever. And if you want to actually kill people... God, those pills are doing lots and lots and lots of damage. Let's go this way. If you want to kill people, you actually have to shoot them. I know it's wild, but imagine that in a world in a first-person shooter where you actually have to shoot someone instead of having them shoot for you. Anyway, let's go and poke in here. It obviously doesn't do more damage to buildings or anything, but... Wait, can I just murder this sentry with the Scorch Shot? Scorch Shot does more damage to buildings than I thought it would. I guess this is quite normal. But, like, you can take out like a sentry with this thing. Also in the update, a minor thing, they buffed the Enforcer to actually work. And while most of the settings, that you know, it's meant to penetrate through damage shields, basically, most of the cases it doesn't matter, except for one, in that it goes through the Wrangler, and that is important, because now it means that you can 3-shot Wrangled minis with that thing. Like, people are just worried. I don't know if any of these players are actually played long enough to remember the Axtinguisher. Presumably, like, some of them have, like the ones with hats, maybe, but a lot of them, I imagine, have only started, like, this year or last year. So I don't know if a lot of them are, like, scared of the Axtinguisher yet, but it used to be the case that you'd run away from an Axtinguisher pyro. You'd be like, oh no, he's gonna set me on fire and go, oof. But yeah, I think you can, I'm pretty sure you can kill pyros with this thing. Oh, it's dropped down from above. No, I'm crap with it. It's been maybe like 4 years since I've actually bothered using this weapon, so I'm gonna be a bit crap with it. But that's perfectly fine. That's how learning works. Instead, we're gonna run around from behind and try and do a flank maneuver. But yeah, people used to see an Axtinguisher pyro and go, oh shit, I'm going to run away. You're not allowed to say shit anymore, are you? Oh, Shizer, you're not allowed to... You have to run away. Come here, medic. There you go, look at that. He did it. We dropped the medic. Indeed, the first pick we got of the day was a useful one. That man also was really good with his SMG, apparently, I guess. I hope he doesn't, like, aimbot me or something. I'm going to stop the engineer from building as well. Yeah, you see, with the Scorch Shot just kind of hitting someone and then falling down, you can do a lot of damage to things. It's pretty nuts. Like, the Scorch Shot's a very good weapon. Do I? You have 30 seconds to live, I'd say. I don't know how you're still on fire. You didn't even show the afterburn effects. They didn't mention that, did they? They didn't change afterburn particles to actually make sense, did they? Because, I mean, I think it would be nice if, considering there's different tiers of afterburn, for it to be at least so, you know, they don't have to make it bright colours or anything, but they could just make it so there's less flames on their person. Like, you know, if they're just taking a tiny bit of afterburn, maybe there's just small little ticks. It doesn't have to be the case that it's, you know, over the top, full afterburn effects all the time. Is that a sentry gun? Oh, well, you know, it's actually a double jump. Oof, 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 jumpy. There we go. Shoot down there. Shoot a rocket at me. Soldier, look. Oh, yeah, they also buffed the panic attack. Apparently that's, like, pretty good now. I guess he's going up top. I was hoping he was going to shoot a rocket at me from down there. And I could use it to shoot his own engineer's sentry with it. It's quite a fun thing to do. Be gone. Look, I can... Friends, go in there and kill that guy. I don't need to deal with him. I'm just not really finding myself a use for the Extinguisher right now. I need to run up to the boy and go, ah, no? Okay. I mean, like, I don't feel like I've been contributing at all, but, like, the scoreboard says otherwise, and that's what confuses me. Some people play very much for the scoreboard, and they're like, oh, no... That was a bit weird. They were like, oh, no, you know, I'm not getting my 400 points of the day before my... What was that? Someone's been killing each other. You know, they get very sad when they're not doing well on the scoreboard, and realistically, it doesn't really matter. Like, times like this, I feel like I've done bugger all, yet apparently so's everyone else, apparently. That can't be right. Like, they have an entire team, so only one of them's, like, running around going poof poof. Good idea, soldier. Shoot more rockets at the pyro. I really want to run in there with the Extinguisher, but again, it's a melee weapon. Oh, here we go. Come here. He did it. Oh no! Look, it's slightly balanced. I licked him on fire for like half a second, and he only took like, what, 80 damage or something? That was nothing. That's really good. That's actually a really good thing. It meant that me doing like a last minute attack on him didn't one-shot him, which would be very frustrating. Like, you know, you're a soldier with a vaccinated medic, you're on like 180 health or whatever, and then a pyro one-shots you from no HP. Oh god, I'm getting worried. I keep hearing a decloak. Oh, it's him. Let's try it on you. Unless you trick. Oh wait, are there just no afterburn particles? Is that what that was? Like, there's no particles on afterburn? Is that just me? Maybe that's my system? I'm not entirely sure what the cause of that is. It's a bit strange. Look, shoot me with your stick. I really want to try out the Axtinguisher, please. Okay, look. We're gonna have to be smart, apparently. I'm trying to use it like it's the Axtinguisher, where you can just do 200 damage constantly. Look at that, 112. That seems quite reasonable. I killed him with a melee. It didn't one-shot him, but I managed to kill him later. And you know, for the amount of fire I did to him, it seemed pretty reasonable. Here's a sentry gun. Oh, I have to be backstabbed, aren't I? Here we go, look. And we can wait and spawn, perhaps. I don't know if there's still a sentry down there. Yeah, there is. Can I shoot its own rockets at it, maybe? Ooh. Stop that, engineer. I need someone to... Oh, you'll do. Shoot rockets at me. I think I can somehow aim them. Oh, never mind. A demo man came out of spawn. Give me a zoom. I wish to zoom. Me. I'm the boy over here. Zoom? No, that's not a zoom. That's another thing entirely. But, soldier, I just want to have fun. Okay, anyway, what I wanted to say was that I have to be, like, a bit less of an idiot, and I actually have to try and flank people if I want to kill people with this weapon, which I think is what's intended. Like, they want you to get behind the team. Right now, there isn't really much opportunity, because there's, like, stickies everywhere, and enemy boys. So you have to kind of be a bit sneaky and go around in the backfields and go, oh wait, is that direct hit boy? Let me try around here, maybe. Be a bit stealthy. Try and, like, air blast its sentry rockets back at itself so we can actually do some work, perhaps? Oh, look! We're going in for a backstab, maybe. There's still... I mean, I keep air blasting people. I'm so unused to it. They're ready for that charge. Nice calls. Go over there. I'm gonna hide up here and use third person to see around the corner. There's a heavy. Wait, shoot another pipe at me. I can probably kill your heavy with it. Or give me one and I can zoom, perhaps? No, maybe not. Look at this. You set him on fire for, like, loads of damage, and then hit him. It does 133. How about you? Medic? Soldier? Okay, it seems actually quite fun. It seems quite fun. I quite enjoyed that. You could also see a bit of the speed boost going on there, where I killed, like, the medic or something, and then I climbed over him or something to get his soldier. But I also didn't murder both of them in one shot. I like that. I'm quite a fan of that. I feel like that's not as annoying to play against as they could have made it. Like, they could have just made it so it does mini crits on all attacks or something, and that wouldn't have been nearly as fun. Oh, here we go. We can... I thought I killed the sentry with my... something, somehow. Please shoot, like, a pipe at me from the front so I can get the sentry. Stop that. Oh, wait, yeah, that's good. Down there. I mean, I tried. Oh, shit! They nerfed the degrees. Do you know what happened there? I saw I had, like, over 20 ammo and was like, I can air blast again. The degrees has taken 25 ammo for air blast for, like, 2 years. My brain is not on today. I'm sorry. Look, instead, look, you know, I'll make it up to you. I'll run up to this demo man here and just look at him for a bit. Does that excite all of you? Does that completely make up for my mistakes? Perhaps, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but look. Oh, here we go. There's a boy in blue. Who needs the extinguisher when you got the scorch shot, apparently? Is there like a sentry around the corner? Oh, you're using the crits! I can't push into sentries with the crits. This is the crits Krieg. I mean... Okay. I don't know what you want me to do here. I'm sorry, medic. You... Don't... Oh, he's doing a ha-ha-ha. Oktoberfest. Oh, man. Yeah, the damage is still quite decent on the flamethrower. You just have to actually aim it a bit more, which I like. Oh, there's a heavy around the corner. We're gonna go in, shoot him away, and then, like, wait for him to walk into us with more afterburn built up, and then do, like, 120 to him. Boof. 100. That's alright. Oh, wait, soldier, I need you. Shoot your rockets at me so I can destroy your sentry. That's my plan, is to get them all to return the corner, and oh, there's another sentry up now. Oh, shit. That completely foils my plan. Oh, god, yeah, there's a swing. It's not spy. there's an issue. It's not an instant swing. Crits the demo, crits this guy. Die to needles? Okay. Let's try and kill you with it. I think what you're meant to do is, like, hit the scorch shot on the floor, get them knocked into the scorch shot, and then hit them on the second tick. Because, you know, they get hit by the initial thing, and then the bounce. You need to hit them with the bounce, I think. Oh god, the sentry's already up. This is really not the best time to be playing Pyro, to be honest. Like, we really need, like, soldiers and stuff, but... Come on, it's a pub. Also, apparently pubs now have, like, pseudo-matchmaking built in, like a bit like Counter-Strike, where you play against people in a similar skill level to you, which is pretty interesting. It means that you're less likely, I guess, to come across, like, cheaters with new accounts if you played the game for a bit, because they'll all start off at the bottom, and you'll start off at the top. Because, you know, that would be your in-game division, so-called division. God, it's annoying as hell to fight pyros when they have a pocket, isn't it? Let me get my own pocket. Let's run back in. Also, a thought that you could always do, but I completely forgotten about, is that if you have 2 pyros, one of them can set people on fire, and the other one can use the extinguisher. So if you happen to have your friend pyro nearby you... Oh, shit, sorry. Should have air blasted him. If you happen to have your friend pyro sitting around, you can, he can go... And you can go... like that, okay? My words are escaping me. My, like, 2 hours of sleep have caught up with me, and I have no idea how to rhyme. They just get complete random crits and do 202 damage to one heavy boy. Oh yeah, they broke the Natasha, clearly. Like, I heard about it, and I hadn't noticed it until now, but that was a weird headshot, okay. It now, like, completely slows you down if you get hit by it, rather than the alternative. Rather than it just kind of being a slight slowdown that's pretty annoying, it just straight up stops you in your tracks. I'm not the biggest fan of that, to be perfectly honest. I kind of like that. It's a bit like... I don't know, it's a bit like having like, a weird little, like, no-clip balloon floating around and inspecting all below him. Hello, Death. Oh, wait. The perfect flank opportunity. Oh! You weren't expecting it. That's how it's meant to be done. Instead of doing just one lick of fire, you do like a lick of fire, and then the extinguisher, and then the fire, then the extinguisher, and then you go on and have a great time with it. You are angry. I've never met such an angry young boy. Oh yeah, they also made it so the jetpack goes away a bit faster, which is interesting. I know people could basically, like, completely circumvent it, the put-away slowdown, by just putting it away high up in the air. God, I'm not used to this at all. But it's quite a nice thought. I don't think it's ever going to be particularly that viable for competitive. It'll either be really broken because you can pull it away instantly, or it'll still just not be the shotgun. Like, I'd rather have the shotgun pretty much all the time, or the detonator gives me enough mobility, as is. That's not a flare gun. God, it's weird. It's like seeing Pyro in, like, last year, when everyone was using hit scan, instead of Pyro this year, where everyone's using fiery boys. Look. Also, it means when you've run out of ammo, you can use your, like, flare gun as your ammo-y boy. There's stickies around here, and a sentry. I know your games. You're baiting me into your team, aren't you? Let's try this again. One final stand, perhaps. We need to get on that point. There's no overtime in CP, is there? Yeah, okay, well, I'm gonna go find another map. I'm gonna go find another map indeed, and we'll try to actually use the weapon. I'm genuinely having some difficulty finding, like, a game mode and a map where this thing just seems to be any more useful than the flamethrower. Like, I've run around and I've played a lot of, like, capture point maps for the last, like, half an hour, and all of them, I've just found no use with the extinguisher. Hello. Beyond just using my flamethrower. Like, I've just felt most of the time it's better for me just to hold down my left click and use my secondary. But, you know, we'll give it a go. There's a hatless heavy here. He's not really paying attention. If we set everyone on fire and go in, maybe we'll have a bit of a better time, but clearly really not. I'm also trying to use the jetpack right now, because I know they changed it in the update. And this map seems like a good idea. A good one to test it on, considering it's quite open. But, we'll have to really see. And... oh, it's the spy. Hello. Okay, I guess we're friends with that spy. I don't know who he is, but okay. I'm gonna go back to my spawn, maybe, and... oh, maybe not. We're gonna use the speed boost. There we go. We've actually managed to get, like, some kills with it. That's not the... not my bloody flamethrower. I've genuinely had so much trouble. Like, everywhere I go. I guess I've got a friend now. Do you want a high five? I don't know who you are, but... hey there. You're gonna shoot me. Do you want a high five as well? There we go. We found a use for the extinguisher. It makes you 58% more friendly. Yeah, well, what we can do. Let's go. Oh, this isn't a partner taunt, it's like a group taunt. Okay, I thought I was gonna, like, high-five you or something, but maybe not. Let's try and go on the flank and go poof, like a scout. There you go, look, it's good at one-shotting scouts, I guess. That's, like, a good use for it. You can use it to kill light classes fairly easily. I've been trying to use it on, like, soldiers and stuff, like the old one. You'd basically use it because it's easier than a shotgun to kill big soldiers with the olden times. But I should really be using it just as, like, a scout killer or something. I'm not using the flare gun or the shotgun. So realistically, it's kind of all I've got as my, like, secondary damage, is my melee. As weird as it sounds, having a melee to do damage, imagine that. On Pyro of all classes as well. Oh wait, I've just had a sneaky idea, I could get on there with the jetpack, couldn't I? But yeah, like, I could just track him for 2 seconds, but sometimes that's not fast enough. Sometimes maybe I'm right next to the guy, I want to set them all on fire and go boof, and boof, and boof. Oh, it nearly worked, look. Oh no, he turned around, okay. I like that. I feel like that's the situation where it's good, where it's like a pseudo backburner, but you don't have to use the backburner. Like, if they're not looking at you and they're not distracted, so you have the time to, like, set them all on fire and stuff. I think that's where it totally works and shines and stuff. Like, if you don't have an overheal, I think if you have an overheal, you could just literally run up to people and set them on fire and then hit them with it, but if you don't, if you're playing solo, or you're on the flank, I think you really should be using it as a back burner. Like, if you think of it as a back burner, where you just want to get some people on fire and then hit them with the axe, you really want them to not notice for as long as possible. What are you up to? I've never learned how to air blast that thing properly. I've always had a bit of like, it's the small projectile, I know. The model on the screen is hard to see, but I've just never learned how to aim on it. Like, not enough people use the airstrike for me to practice with it. God, it's short or something. I was trying to hit that scout, but it... Oh, they're two friendly scouts. I was going to be friendly, but you started shooting first, you know? Thank you. I'm not going to attack you, you're just standing there having fun. Well, I've got nothing to do with it. I guess you could kill friendlies with it slightly easier. Ooh. I really wish I had a second. I was just about to switch, like, a shotgun to set one fire with, but it's clearly not going to happen. Instead, I'll just reflect that guy's rocket back at him. Is that, like, high five scout still there? Shoot another rocket, another rocket, another one. Another one. I'm going to run out of ammo soon, aren't I? Another one. What is that? Is that the short circuit? They added a thing to the Jesus, there is. They added a thing to the short circuit, like a Metroid, Super Metroid laser arm cannon thing. And it looks really cool. I imagine it destroys your frame rate, though. Like, holy shit. Is there a heavy? Yeah. This weapon also, it used to be the heavy killer. Like, you run up to a heavy and two-shot them with a melee. Clearly that's not the case. Like, it's a low-health heavy killer. I.e. just a, you know, a guy on 150 health, which is not really much of an issue. Is he going to crit me in spawn? I'm going to get random crit through the spawn. You know, that's not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. I'm going to switch off now. I'm going to try using the... Let's use the man melter? Nah. Scorch shot. Scorch shot. No, I want the autumn scorch shot. Let's use the autumn scorch shot. Also, maybe I should consider giving the new Dragon's Fury a go. It's a bit smaller, apparently, so that must have fixed the issue with it shooting behind you. I think the box was like 10 pixels too big, so it should jut out behind you. That's how you could hit people on the flank. Or your flank, I should say. But apparently it's just harder to aim now, so I guess that might make it a bit more balanced. It was a bit easy. Oh, airshotty. It was a bit easy to aim, the Dragon's Fury. So it being a bit more of a small, tight spread might make it a bit more interesting. I would certainly like to see it become like the meta. I really like things that are hard to aim. So if it got to the point where it's just like a laser pointer that you click on people with, I would be a big fan of that. But again, you know, I'm going to be trying to airblast people. I really don't understand the timings on it, unfortunately. It just doesn't work. I think you do have to... It's degreaser. Degreaser, alright? We'll use the degreaser, because you want the switch speed, don't you? You want to be able to pull out your Axtinguisher slightly faster if you can and go, whoof, like that. Scares himself on a wall. I don't think they have any sentries. I might just jump down. Never mind, I was completely wrong. They have a mini. Oh, it's a wrangled mini, though, so I can run around this way. Good stuff. I'm going to hope I don't get crit in the spawn again, so I can try and go for the flank. I really like getting to the right-hand side of the spawn on Nucleus. Oh god, that's the entire team. That's literally the entire blue team. In one spot. Colorized. Okay, I guess what we're going to have to do is run around and get the little bit of health here. Really, genuinely, like, Pyro seems quite fun. He's in, like, a fun spot since, like, this update. I think I really need to, like, learn a bit more about him, though. Like, he just... Things are ever so slightly different, and it's enough to off-put my weak brain. I need to have, like, time to settle in and understand all these slightly different aiming mechanics. Like, having to use the flamethrower. And having the extinguisher require you going, poof, for a bit longer. Like this guy here, poof. I missed, somehow. I missed again, somehow. See, this is why I don't want to use it sometimes, because it's a melee. You have to be in their face. Not the biggest fan of TF2's melee, to be honest. I always feel like it's a bit too finicky. What was that? It was the Sandman? Okay. I always felt like it was a bit too finicky. But it's nice to have it as an option, I guess. It's nice to have something that isn't the power jack. I have tried to use the crap extinguisher on occasion, the one up until, like, yesterday. And I've just never really had fun with it. It was never quite the same as the one I quite remembered. Which is always a shame, but... If we can find their blue team leaving spawn at some point in this cold world, I would appreciate it. Instead, maybe I should, like, hide in here. There wasn't a scout chasing me, was there? A scout chasing me there was indeed. I was going to hide in the corner there and do stuff. Ooh, get the drop. Oh, that's the good stuff. There you go, that's like the full... I've hit him with, like, the mini crits from the Scorch Shot and everything. Now I'm going to run at him with my Extinguisher out. No? Okay. This seems also good as well. If you use it as, like, a knife, like the spy's knife, I think that you can do some nutty plays with it. Oh god, you really do need the extra jump on this map, don't you? Can you jump off of this? Maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. I'd much rather use the detonator here. That's like one of the jumps where it actually matters, like the slight height jump distance. Most of the time, it doesn't really play that much of a difference. Like, you just want to get up a small jump. The Scorch Shot works fine for it, but really, it doesn't really work in places like that at all. Also, scouts will still screw you over. Like, you might want to go into melee to one-shot people with your axe, but, you know, if it's a scout or a demo or a soldier, they'll do like 100 damage to you. They do more damage easily at range to you. So I do just feel like a lot of the time it's better to do this. Like, if you're running at someone and... I don't know where I'm going. My brain hurts and I'm tired. But their team's just not getting out of spawn. Nucleus doesn't seem like a particularly great map for it either, to be honest. I think you really just have to use it on, like, Junction, to be honest. It's making me wonder if the Axtinguisher was ever really that good at all. Or if it was actually just, like, Air Blast that was broken. Like, the fact that you could lock people into anything and then hit them with your melee was probably stronger than the melee itself, apparently. Did I just airbend that? Did you see that? Dr. Funkenstein. I just, like, airbended his ball out of the way. It's wild. Alright, look. Now we can flank... Bloody lights. Now we can flank... Okay, you know what? We're going to try a light-free option. Stop shooting me with your gun, it's rude. Let me kill him with his own projectile. Stop running at me with your melee. He's a madman! He's actually a madman. Like, I'm having difficulty running around with, the new Axtinguisher. And he's just running at me with his bloody, like, pretty machete. Actually terrifying. Wait. God, I have, like, no depth perception at all, do I? Oh, he doesn't know I'm here. Oh, he's come in for the flank. That felt pretty good. And I've also got the speed. The speed boost is just nice. It's nice. It feels good. It's like, it makes it extra satisfying when you get a pick. You just pull up your building spy. It makes it extra satisfying. It's like you've been doubly rewarded for doing your job. The fact that you can then go on to Axtinguisher more people is a nice thing, but I mostly just like it because it feels like you're being pat on the back. You're like, hey, congrats, man. You killed, like, Pablo Rodriguez 2006 with your Axtinguisher. Good job. Do you think he understands how heights work? He does. Do you think he understands how jumps work? Oh! Oh, we got him. He did 167. I'm wondering if that's, like, around the max, because that guy was on fire, and with the gas canister. He was on fire and from the gas canister and from the detonator and everything, so I'm wondering if the max is around, like, 170-ish, 160-ish, something like that. I really should probably know, but... God, I am an airbender. He understands it too. He's like, oh god, this man, I cannot trust him. Hey, medic, are you running the crossbow? Oh, you're not. Okay, well... It's close enough. Oh, Doberman, come and chase me. No? Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna, like, do some stuff, but maybe not. You killed my friend. I will do the same to you. Come here, medic. Look, I can right-click. See? I'm a pyro with the right-click button. Oh god, he's using the loose cannon. The one thing that murders all with its all-seeing eye. We're now gonna run around with an Uber. This is probably where it shines. Like, if you're taking a pyro Uber in, you can probably do, like, a lot of work with it. Because the issue is, obviously, you're in melee range, and stuff murders you. If you have an Uber, you can probably... This is probably the best way to kill people with an Uber, I imagine. Like, if you're playing with a friend, or you're in a combo, set, like, the whole team on fire, go, like, whoosh, and then hit them one at a time with your Uber. Probably the best way to use it. It's less so an offensive running at people like an idiot tool. More so you have to either flank with it, or use it with the combo tool, which I like. I think it's fun. I'm going to end the video now. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.